Okay. This one is apparently this one is the granddaddy of all lateral thinking puzzles. Bill lives on the 20th floor of his building. Every morning, he takes the lift to the ground floor and goes to work. When he comes home, however, he takes the lift to the 16th floor and walks the rest of the way. But not when it's raining. Then he goes all the way. Why? What's happening? And this one has all sorts going on, keep fit. I've heard a few crazy ones. This one, I've definitely seen them ramble on for a few minutes on this. But it's all no, 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 wrong. Oh, you could be getting somewhere with that one. And I'm not, without prompting people, I don't think anyone's ever got the answer correct. And don't forget as well, especially if you're dealing with adults, you say, look, if you do know the answer to this before we go, don't just scream out the answer. It spoils the whole point. So if you know the answer, shut up. It's not an IQ test or something like that we're doing here. So anyway, I wonder how you're going through this one. Are you coming up with any ideas? Anyway, here it is. Bill is too short to reach the button for the 20th floor. But when it's raining, he has his umbrella. So when he gets into the lift in the morning, he presses 0 because it's right in front of him and goes down. But when he gets back home in the evening, he's too short to reach up to hit the number 20 unless it's raining and he's got an umbrella in his hand and he can use that to punch the 20. So he can only reach as high as 16 and then he walks the other 4 floors. Again, I mean, hardly obvious, but once you look at it, you go, right, okay, fair enough. But it's the mental exercise that's important. We've all heard these, the brain is like any muscle, it needs to have a workout from time to time to keep it fit. And it's very true. We're coming to the end. Small coin placed in a bottle and then sealed with a cork. How can you get the coin out of the bottle without taking the cork out and without smashing the bottle? And again, we've already actually looked at some that that will give you some help with this one. So you're not allowed to take the cork out and you can't smash the bottle. So how do you get the coin out? And they will sit there for a good while. They'd sit there for too long. Sometimes I have to tell them, no, 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 no. Look, I'm going to tell you the answer now. No, no, give us a couple more minutes. Look, if you haven't got it already, you're not getting it. And the answer to this one is go back to your student days. Aha, that might have got a few people jumping on the answer. Go back to your student days. You pushed the cork into the bottle. You can't take the cork out, but you can push it in. There you go. Another one, very obvious once you get the answer. But why don't we get the answer ourselves? As I said, we're coming to the end, but actually there's 2 more or something like that. A woman shoots her husband 15 times, holds him underwater for 5 minutes, and then hangs him. 15 minutes later, they leave for their favorite restaurant laughing. How is this possible? And again, this one will sometimes knock up some alternatively reasonable answers, but it's not the answer that we have here. I think, for example, you get things like they're actors and actresses and all that kind of stuff, but it's not the answer that we've got here. So be careful if they do give you an answer that's actually possible or reasonable, then you should admire that. We don't have the correct answer, we just have an answer that is correct. And if somebody comes up with an alternative, then it's, well, nice one, that works. And so we found an alternative answer, that's great. But in this case, when they come out with they're actors and actresses and it's not real bullets and blah 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 blah, no, sorry, that's not the answer, I can't accept that one. And the answer is, and the thing, just to take this a little bit further, it works on the idea of shoots. Now, with foreign speakers of English, this one's maybe not entirely fair. But anyway, a woman shoots her husband. What are the alternatives with shooting? How else can we shoot? And I'm sure some of you picked up on it. She's a photographer, and she holds him underwater with the pictures for developing, and then hangs him by clipping it to the piece of rope in the dark room. Yeah. So there you go. And this one will get the oh right, you get that, and that's an excellent reaction, and that's what you want. Jazzes things up, and you can move on to the next 45 minutes of boring whatever it is you're doing. Now, again, not an all-time classic, but it works. Man is going about his job, looks down and realizes that his jacket is ripped. He immediately knows that he will be dead in less than 2 minutes. Why? Because he's an astronaut. He'll probably be dead in less than 2 seconds, I'm not sure, but it's another reasonable one. And, oh, I love this one. It's actually true. Would you believe? Only the Danes. A department in the Danish government hands out biscuits every day to its workers, but the biscuits are not for the employees' consumption. What are they for? Oh, and I've just noticed that that would mean a grammar mistake. So for those of you who are teachers of the English language, please forgive my grammar mistake on employees. In fact, let's throw that one out as another lateral thinking puzzle. What is the mistake? Well, the mistake is I missed the apostrophe after the S. But that's not why we're here. So what are these biscuits for? Right. So this one is real lateral thinking. And indeed, you have to admire the Danish government because they would have employed lateral thinking in order to sort out the situation that brought this up. And the answer is, it's the postal department, and the biscuits are for dogs. So when he's approaching the door to post the letters, if they've got crazy dogs coming at them, then they bung them a few biscuits so they can deliver the letters. So there you go. And like I said, this is real. This is true. So it's a case of living, breathing, lateral thinking.